Passive-aggressive communication style. Hi, Aruna. How are you?
Hi. Actually, I'm a little confused about my manager's behavior. I feel like I cannot do anything right.
Let me take a seat.
Sure.
Have you spoken to your manager?
No, he's a remote manager. He works out of different cities. Most of our communication is through over the emails, but never he responds me back. Neither there is any feedback from his end. Usually, I feel like he doesn't like my work. His emails make me feel very confused, angry and demotivated. I don't know.
Why don't you show me an example of an email from your manager?
Yeah, sure. Hi Aruna, on yesterday's marketing plan presentation wanted to let you know that some of the data was incorrect. I don't know why you have this wrong. This is unacceptable. Going forward, please, I would request you to run the slides past me at least 2 days in advance. You need to understand these kind of presentations are important. What is your plan for next week report out? My calendar is all blocked. Find out time on it reviews. Regards.
I can fully understand how you're feeling. Your manager is demonstrating a passive-aggressive communication style. This type of communicator doesn't come out and truly say what they feel. They hide what they're thinking and their expectations. They write passive statements in some places and aggressive in others. This leaves the reader, like yourself, feeling confused and unsure of exactly what the writer meant. And passive-aggressive communicators are generally not positive and not very collaborative. While it specifies next steps, the ownership has shifted to you. He's saying block time on his calendar, but yet his calendar is totally full. So it appears as though he's helping, but really he's not. When you get an email like this, write back to the person, thank them for the feedback, and ask them for specific examples of the data mistakes that you made.
But what if my manager does not respond?
Then I'd bring it up at your next one-to-one call with your manager. Passive-aggressive communicators are indirectly aggressive rather than being directly aggressive. Often their facial expressions hide their true feelings, and their inner voice in their head says a lot more than they actually articulate. They make sarcastic, backhanded comments with an inner meaning, and they refuse to admit there is a problem. They appear to be helpful while intentionally doing things that frustrate and annoy the other person. Passive-aggressive communicators isolate themselves from others and exhibit resistance by procrastinating, sulking, or being headstrong. Passive-aggressive communicators feel helpless. They're not able to move forward. They play the victim, are resentful, while the real problem is not actually addressed. They often complain about feeling underappreciated or deceived. Here are 4 tips to write back to a passive-aggressive writer. Number 1, remain calm. You don't want to lose your cool so that they can blame you again and play the victim. Stay collected and composed. Don't let them sidetrack the conversation. Number 2, keep it professional. No matter what you do, you cannot win with this person. This person will give you unnecessary guilt. Refuse to carry the guilt. Here's a little technique that you can use. That's yours, not mine. No, thank you. Number 3, avoid an email tennis match back and forth. It hurts both of you. Don't get sucked into it. If a conflict continues for a while, both people are at fault. You don't have to respond to an email immediately. Wait. Then after you feel less emotional, go and pick up the phone or meet them face to face. Decide what you want out of the meeting. Depends on how important the relationship is. You will have to wear the hat of the assertive adult. When you meet or speak, you want to make sure you have a neutral tone. A good way to start could be, I think there's been some kind of miscommunication. Make sure your tone is empathetic. In case you both engaged in a negative tennis match, then it's good to apologize. You could start with, "I'm sorry, I think things got out of hand. Can we talk?" Number 4, be mindful of your words. When you use the word you or yours, it makes the person feel personally attacked. So replace you and yours with I statements and we and ours. That'll help the person to come out of the victim mode. Let's look at an example of two peers where they are having an aggressive, passive tennis match, back and forth, tussling with each other. Let's see how it goes.
Hi Robert, I just got your email that the monthly report needs to be done over. The chart is very clear. There are no problems with the labels. Everyone will be able to understand. It is not fair to be asked to do this at the last minute. You are just increasing my workload. Regards, Judy. Having working all evening and missing a family event, this is the appreciation I get? Robert is blowing this out of proportion. Instead of saying thanks, he is nitpicking. If truth be told, I am also frustrated with myself for missing this mistake.
Hi Judy, the monthly report has to be done over. You know as well as I do. The senior leadership has to see this report and it will be noticed if there is a mistake. I don't care how long it takes, but this must be right. There is nothing to argue about. We all mess up and make mistakes. Just get it done. Regards, Robert. Why did I push for Judy to be on my team? I let my personal relationship influence my professional decision. She is really letting me down and not been up on expectation so far.
Hi Robert, I sent you the report last night. Why didn't you point this out then? Why now at the last moment? I have many other things to get done today. Regards, Judy. Mess up? You were the one who approved it last night, remember? Why didn't you point it out then? You are as much responsible as I am. Why don't you correct the mistake? Robert is always trying to bully me, whereas I am his friend. He shouldn't treat me that way. I won't allow him to get away with it. However, I don't want to lose the relationship to make a big deal.
Hi Judy, I can't do your job. I would have expected that you would have edited your report, but you did not. I'm very stressed as well as stressed. Either you support me or not, think of the repercussions that we will both have in this report is sent. Are you going to redo it or not? Regards, Robert. I have done Judy a huge favor to be a part of this project team. She does not understand how things work here. I think I made a bad choice. I am very upset with Judy. You may make me look bad and hurt my reputation as well.
Hi Robert. Okay, if you insist. Regards, Judy. Am I an editor? What is your job? You looked at the report too. I don't know why Robert is acting this way. He is supposed to be my friend. I will be the mature person here and redo it.
In this peer interaction, both Judy and Robert are playing the victim. It's not my fault, it's your fault. You're the problem, and making the other person the villain, passively and aggressively communicating with each other. There's a lot of negative inner thinking that's happening between Judy and Robert, which is not getting expressed, and this is turning into a negative tennis match back and forth. How can the conversation be improved? Here is an example of how Judy could have written to Robert in a different way and how Robert could have responded to Judy in a different way. Let's have a look at the email.
Hi Judy, I'm sorry I did not catch this error last night. I appreciate you working late last night. I have reread the report. Other than this error, everything else is okay. Please correct it. Regards, Robert.
Hi Robert. Thank you for catching the error. I worked till late last night and missed this error. I will immediately correct it and send it to you. Regards, Judy.
Both Judy and Robert had an opportunity to change this story and make it a positive one from the beginning. Next time you find yourself playing a passive or aggressive role, a victim or a villain, turn the story to a more productive and positive outcome. To know your communication style, go to kWurd.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to watch more such videos.